test. All right, let's see if we got this going. Hey, everybody, welcome back to. All right, too many windows open. Be a little choppy because I have too many windows open. But anyway, where were we? Last couple of days we were drawing emotes. I gotta figure out. We're working on this Easter girl. Man, my stomach's gurgling today. All right. So it looks like I've got everything on. My counters aren't working though for some reason. Well, whatever. It's not counting myself today. All right. So now the eggs. This is where I'm at. The eggs. This is inside basket. It's called clean up your workspace before you start. Instead of after. All right. Now I want to color the eggs. Not really greens, are there? The last one should be what? White or something? Another good egg color. All right, let's fix up some of these egg issues here. All right, now we need to paint some designs. Let's start with this purple one. What do we want to paint on this purple one? Yeah, I like that. Hey, Crafty, how are you? What's going on? How are you doing? I'm wondering if you can hear me at all. My thing working? It says it's working. I need to check if it's working. Oh, nice. Well, you just caught me in, I'm drawing emotes. And I just taught myself digital art a couple days ago. So this is only my third stream of actually trying to do digital art. But here's one of the newest ones I'm working on. Doing one for Easter. Yeah, it's different. It's definitely different from going from paper to electronic for sure. But I'm having fun. Seems like I'm doing okay. And you can only get better from practice, so that's what we're doing today. This will be my 5th one, I think I'm done. So we're getting better each time. I can just show you the others really quick because I have them all up on screen. So this was the first one I did for love. Then I did a happy cat, which was this one. Then I did a peace. Oh no, this is my 6th one. So I've done a hello for followers. I also did a lurk. And now I'm working on an Easter girl. Or a girl for Easter. So yeah, it's been my last few days. Well, thank you. Now I'm just in the process of decorating eggs in a basket and then coloring the basket. Oops. The wrong button. Now we're going to add a little bit of a shine. We'll go to an airbrush and more of a white. And really fine on this. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should put that one in between. We'll make it a little bit thicker. And we'll use a marker. Yeah, your flowers turned out lovely. I enjoyed watching that this morning. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. Very talented. So this one is the pink flower, or pink egg. This one is the yellow egg. This one we might just add a stripe to. We'll add a sheet, we'll link it to that page. Let's find a really nice stripe color. We'll do a red. It's not dark enough. It's not bright enough, actually. Yeah, I'll do that. Get a little bit of pop of color there. And we'll go on to the next part. We'll add the white. All right, let's move on to the blue egg. What do I want to do to the blue egg? Well, maybe we'll do a flower on the blue egg. Let's go white. Let's do a gel pen. Go down to a 5 and see if I can do a flower here. Yeah, that'll work. Let me zoom in so I can zoom in on my tablet a little bit better. Now, this is going to all blend in unless I add a thin black line, which I'm going to do. Really thin.
Thanks for the follow.
Oh, awesome. Hey, biker boy. Thank you so much. How are you? Thank you for following. How's it going? Thank you guys for coming over and giving me a follow. That's awesome. Appreciate it. And we'll get a bright yellow. So we can fill in this middle. And we'll go back to the black. We'll just add a couple little details. You're not going to see it anyway because it's going to shrink down to nothing. But at least you can see it in the basket, so that'll work. All right. And we'll move on to the orange egg. I'm doing good. Just working on some emotes that I'm trying to create as I'm teaching myself digital art. I was explaining just a little while ago. Trying to decorate Easter eggs in this basket. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sometimes I wish I could just do it on pen and paper, but I will try it on this. Orange egg. I already did polka dots. I did stripes. Did a flower. Oh, we can do a zigzag. So now let's go orange. What colors go without orange? Maybe a purple. Or let's do a hot pink. See if I can do a pink zigzag on there. And we'll go with the bigger brush. We'll drop it down. Ooh, paw prints. That's a good idea too. That's a good idea. We could always do a paw print. All right, paw print. Bigger brush. Yeah, then we'll add the black layer. However, I want to do that on its own layer. That's too thick. Fill that in with a nice little gray, maybe. Oop, can't do it that way. All right, we're gonna have to draw that in. A nice little paw. Oh man, is that ever tough? Need to get a lot closer so I can see that. We'll go back to the black layer. Oops. You know what? I have to turn. There we go. First erase that line right there. Let's clean that up and we'll redraw it. And let me fix that dark line. All right, so it says in 1911, a royal figure introduced a feature to the automobile that would clear your view during a downpour. Who was the inventor and what was the invention? Well, the invention would be the windshield wiper. Creator, I have no idea. And that's yeah, Proxy Tools was a suggestion by you there, Crafty. Got that from you, so yeah, it helped. It's really cool, that effect. All right, now I need to add a white. I need to add a shine to that one. That one's okay. green. So there's a green egg. Another layer. Link that in. Oh, I know what we'll do. We'll do a stripe on this one. Add another layer. Put it in between the two. Link it, and we'll put the white in for the shine. And we'll go brush. All right, now we'll add another layer on top of all of this. We'll add a bright green grass. That's gonna have to go on top of the line layer. Maybe grass layer. Oh, I know Prince Henry. That way it looks like these eggs are in a bed of grass. Yeah, I like it. All right, now the basket. Ooh, this is gonna be the fun part. Layering this basket. Of course, I picked green as a color. No, I don't know if I like it so much. Oh man, what's so cool? Oh, the picture. Oh, thank you. Or are you talking about the frosted tools? The frosted tool thing is really great. I love that thing. Oh, you know, I've never actually seen it this way. So let's try this. I have never seen what it says about you. Oh, let's see what it says. I've never read one about you. You're always reading one about me. All right. Crafty Lady 2019 is the epitome of 50 plus and still gaming. She's a master of the art and craft with a zen morning routine that's cozy as a cup of hot cocoa. From painting river rocks to steampunk journaling, she's got a knack for inspiring creativity. That she does. And don't even get me started on those watercolor hydrangeas. They're blooming beautiful. Plus, she's building a community brick by brick in Minecraft. Join the chill vibes in your inner and let your inner artist shine. That is true. It is very inspiring. And I did like the steampunk journal. I loved watching that progress. That was great. By the way, and that turned out lovely. All right, so now we need to do a basket weave. Or maybe I'll just put a big pink ribbon on it and call it a day. I don't think you're going to see all that anyway when I get scrawling. but it's good to kind of keep it somewhat looking real. So maybe I'll go pink, put a ribbon. Let's see. Let's put a ribbon. Maybe we'll do a big fluffy ribbon. Ooh, I'm gonna run into a problem because I gotta do it on top of the art layer, the line layer. So we'll just call this one a ribbon because it doesn't want to put. Oops, got the R. That way, if I make the ribbon come down, whoops. A thicker brush. 20. Too thick of a brush. Go down to a lower brush. Pressure sensitivity is off there. So now I'm going to go black. Smaller brush. I'm going to outline. Where you got to be able to see. And the neat thing is with tablets, you can sit here and rotate the image. And the one on the big screen is just straight up and down, but the other one you're drawing actually rotates and turns and all that fun jazz. So you can kind of follow lines a little easier. Never really good with ribbons, but Don't know until you push yourself, so that's what we're going to do. Oop. Is everybody still doing okay? Eraser. All right, let's add a layer on top of this so I can fill that in. It's not doing what I want it to do. Why is it not filling in? Oh, because it has to be below this. Oops. Fill all this paint in. Oops. And we'll touch it all up. Yeah, okay, let's fill it in. Oops. Went outside the lines. I don't know why it's not letting me fill these in with the right color. Go down to a 5 so I can do this a little cleaner. I should have done this brighter too, I think. Well, once we highlight and all that fun jazz, we'll clean up this ribbon. Until then, we'll just get it nice and dark, nice and bright in here. Then we'll go back and add the black lines, and we'll add the highlights and the shading. Now let's get the black lines back in here correctly. Make this look like a ribbon. You got to remember it's okay to have a thicker outer line because you have to be able to see it from a distance because it is a small image. Oh, that's too thick. Oh, maybe I should do that in a different color. Hold on. We'll get the really dark purple. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, let's try that. Try dark purple in here. Can you recall the first name of iconic character Rambo from the famous action movie series? Isn't it John? For some reason I think his name was John Rambo. Not like the ribbon. Oh man, did I outline this in a brush? Yeah, I don't like those lines at all. I think that's a brush. All right, so let's reline this in a pen. Oh, I don't. You're still doing all right? Sorry. That time. Yeah, it was John. I got it right. Woo! Love that. Good movie. The Rambo movies were good. Go back to the pink layer. Let's pick something a little brighter if I can. Like a neon. Oh, here's what we'll do. We'll do this pen. Go a little bigger because I want to kind of shade this. Give it a little curve. Oops. Should be here, I think. Now, the basket. Give it a little definition here. Make it a little bit of a curvature in spots. All right, let's back this up and take a peek at it here. So if I stop there, that's actually pretty good. I actually like it. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys got that one. That's probably from our age group anyway. That movie. A lot of the young people probably never even seen it. So I think I will leave that one there, and that'll be the end of this one. That'll be a completed Easter girl. I like it. And yeah, it's interesting too, because when you sit here and you do this kind of, I mean, you're an artist, when you sit down and you draw something, it's so different from going from one sheet of paper to 30 different layers. That's a completely different concept to try to learn. Instead of just taking one pencil or pen or paintbrush and just going to town, you have to, layer everything. And man, that is tough. But I think I'll call this one done. I kind of like it. Yeah, we got to figure out what to draw next. Well, let's see. We drew 1, 2, 3 girls, a boy. Yeah. Who else was telling me about Biker? Oh, Yummy Frog Legs. Was talking to me the other day about Biker, saying that you were good. I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen anything from you, but I'll take their word on it. Well, this is my first foray into it. Oh, I should show you the other ones, Biker, that you're here. So my first on-stream first emote that I attempted digitally was this one. I will have to check it out. Coffee shop, I'll have to check that out. Awesome. And then we went on to cat, happy cat. I try to be very basic, simplistic, cute, but not, overly done. Then I did a peace symbol, guy holding his fingers up. Next, I followed it with a hello for followers. These are all emotes I'm going to use too, by the way, because I got kind of tired of everybody spamming me saying, hey, can I have your Discord and I'll send you some stuff you need to do A, B, and C. And then they want to charge you all kinds of money. I was like, no, I'm going to draw my own. I'm going to prove all you spammers wrong. Then I did one for a lurking bear. And then I did one, just finished the one for the Easter girl. Yeah, I'm glad you like them. They turned out pretty good. So I'm happy. But yeah, no, it's a fun process for sure. I enjoy it. Well, I'm using Clip Studio Paint. They had a huge, I don't know if the sale ends today or they had a huge 60% off sale. And I was like, finally, I like bite the bullet and said, yeah, you know what? I'll just buy the license flat out instead of subscribe. Because they do a subscription, like a monthly subscription or a perpetual license. And I just bought the perpetual license. That way I own it. And they just update it. But it seems to be a really good program and it works well on my Samsung tablet. So that's what I'm using currently to draw. And it's just a window share to my tablet. But I can control the entire program. I can control whatever's on that main screen. Yeah, it's called Clip Studio Paint. I'll just type it in here. And it has like a it has a free part where you can try it free for so many months or whatever, and it's actually pretty neat. But I was watching a couple YouTube videos on how to make emotes. And this one lady, I think her name was Shy Fox, she went through the entire process step by step from the beginning. And it kind of, one of those aha moments where it clicks in and says, oh, well, if that's it, I can do that. So then I was like, let me look up which program would work. This one seemed to be the best one for what I wanted to do. Because I was going to do illustration, maybe a comic book type thing and illustrations. And had tons of models. Yeah, for your Samsung tablet, you have to use. I'm using. What am I using? I'm using a. Hold on, let me look. I'm using another program that actually just my tablet's older. I think it's an S5, but I'm using a program to use whatever's on my Windows desktop screen, and then I'm using Clip Studio Paint on the desktop, and I'm just drawing on my tablet to whatever's on the screen. But you can get this program for your tablet. I have this program on my tablet downloaded, and it works really well. But again, it depends on your tablet, right? The age of your tablet. Like the newer Samsungs have a better drawing ability, better pen. It's not like drawing tablets or pen tablets where those are designed specifically for. And I guess Apple's new iPad is really good at, with pen pressure and drawing. But yeah, I'm a Samsung guy, so I've stayed with them, and I went out and bought this Samsung drawing pen for like $100 or something, and it seems to work pretty good. But what's interesting though, because you mentioned like your tablet, I was looking at the same thing. Like my Samsung, the newer Samsung tablets, they do like an I want to say it's an S9 or something, and it's relatively cheap compared to their other models, but it's still a high quality tablet, but it has a better screen for drawing, or better pen tools, works better than the older ones. But yeah, I got this one to work, and it's yeah, you could get it. You use touchscreen, exactly. Or the other thing too, like I know, like, because a lot of people, like I watch different streamers, most of them aren't using fancy pen tablets. There are a couple who are, but they're doing higher end graphic arts, right? And you look at the difference between like Wacom or Huion. I just ordered a Huion tablet because it was they have some of the older ones and newer ones, like 13 inches, 50% off, so a couple $100, uh, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna do this on a daily basis and I'm enjoying it, might as well buy one. Because I have multiple Samsung tablets, but I kind of want one specifically for, and the Samsung one I'll just take when I travel or go somewhere. But there are a lot of different things you can do. The only one I can't personally do is I can't do the one where you draw on a black tablet, and I'm supposed to look at the screen and try to make my hand follow what's up there when my pen's down below me. That one seems a little complicated. Like I can't do, if I sit here and I try to draw something on this screen. I don't know if I just did or not. Probably not. Actually, let me just open a new file. Let's go 300 DPI. Change that paper color. And let's grab a pen. Like this I can't do. I can't sit here. Look at the computer screen and try to draw by looking at dots. That to me seems so complicated. Right? So I wouldn't be able to function without looking down at the tablet. But some people can, but it's kind of one of those, you have to teach yourself. It's kind of like a paintbrush, right? You have to teach yourself how to do it. But I'd rather look at what I'm doing. I can't, even on a paintbrush, you're looking at the canvas. Not being able to look at the canvas is kind of a weird technique. And it becomes more of a hand motions. right? And that's really hard, I think, for me. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was doing right there. Because they make drawing pads or tablets that do not have a actual LCD screen that you look at. I'm actually I'm using my Samsung tablet and drawing directly onto glass, right? So I'm using a tablet like this. I can't do what I tried to mimic without looking at the screen. For me, I have to have an actual screen that I can look at and draw on top of. And I mean, I've tried the other way. It's way too complicated. And it's kind of one of those, it's like that right brain, left brain thing. It's what some people can probably do it, others probably cannot. Oh, another ad. Hold on. Bullfrog County, Nevada was created around a proposed radioactive waste site and is only uninhabited county equivalent ever established in the United States. Good to know. But yeah, I have to look at it. Man, we got paper back to a lighter color. Wait for the ad break here. No, is it over? It's over. But yeah. Okay. But yeah, so for me, it's just, I just, it's like anything else, right? Like I also do paracord bracelets, right? Like I spend most of my time, and I got to send a couple out to people who've asked me. I'm doing this. I'm building bracelets out of paracord, right? My camera's probably too close. So the last one on stream last week was I was doing these fishtail patterns. But at the same time, there's another guy that I watch or I talk to who does rope. So I said, okay, well, I want to do some weaving on top. So I did a barbed wire weave right on top of this one. And it looks really cool. I mean, when you put it on, it's kind of a neat thing, right? But I've used paracord ever since I was a kid, 30 some odd years ago, 30, 40 years ago, whatever. And yeah, so I make bracelets, keychains normally, play video games, and now I'm getting back into the art. Which was kind of neat because I went, what made me want to do art again? I went to my mother's house. I took a vacation in January. Went to California to visit my mother, which I haven't seen in years. Who I then went through and I said, I'm going to go through and I have boxes in the garage like every other schmuck. And I found these really large art portfolios that I had from high school and college, my first degree, university. And then I went through them and I saw all this artwork. And one of them kind of stood out to me because there's a video game series called Suikoden, which is being remastered now. It's probably one of my favorites. And I drew all 108 characters, because that was one of those, it was a simple line sketch. They were really neat. So I drew them all. And then I sit here and I draw with my grandson on a regular basis all the time. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get back into drawing because I haven't done it in so long. And that's where I am. And I'm like, no, I'm going to do it because I sketch something, doodle something every day. And it's like, well, I might as well just see if I can make emotes. See if I can make things for my sites, right? And that's where I'm at. So I'm actually just building myself emotes and like, all right, now the next one I'm going to build an animated one. And it's just one of those, just practice. And if I like them, I put it, as soon as I'm done, I'll put them right on. I think four of the 6 that I've done are already up, on Twitch. That follower one, this one should already be there for anybody who's followed. And so it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do my own, and it's kind of neat because I can say I drew that. You know what I mean? That's what's really cool about it. It's like, I actually drew that, and it turned out okay. But yeah, but I got a lot of yeah, there it is. I got a lot of me time, right? So it was one of those. Yeah, ultimately, it was one of those. My wife passed away a couple years ago, and then my kids moved out. So I became a widower and an empty nester basically all at the same time. My son and grandson moved out because he was getting married or whatever. So now it's like, well, I've got to have something to do and not go crazy. So here I am, right? Yeah. Oh no. Thank you. But it's and that's life, right? I mean, you got to just get on and try to focus on something. And so I've turned myself to something that relaxes me and back to my art and back to because my wife was a very big crafter too. She was a knitter, painter. God, she did everything. She yeah, she could paint. I mean, I've got a whole room on that side over there full of paint stuff, but I'm not the one who can paint. I can draw. Um, I'm going to attempt watercolor, but I can't paint. I can't use acrylic. I can't use. That's not my alley. But I can draw. So that's what I do. I draw. Yeah, exactly. Anything. That's all you can do, right? You gotta just find something that makes you happy and do it. So here I am drawing. I am gonna have to look. If I'm not mistaken, I think. I'll follow you back because somebody else told me too to check. Oh, there you go. And that way I can check your stuff. I think it was Yummy Frog Leg was saying to check you out too. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think, watercolor for me, because it's like, I think I asked in your stream earlier once, because I bought watercolor pencils, right? I was going to try that because I don't know. I've never been able to, for some reason, an actual brush, if it's not a really fine tipped brush, if it's got any thickness, what width to it, I don't seem to be able to operate it. But if you give me a pencil, I can do it just fine. So that's why I bought watercolor pencils. I was like, well, maybe I'll try those. Um, yeah, she's very supportive. She's very good. Very appreciative of her. Um, but yeah, I'll definitely have to look or ask, But it's one of those, if I can sketch something on paper and then I'm just using a watercolor pencil, kind of like a color pencil, I can probably do it. If I actually have to add paint to it, like an acrylic kind of method, good luck. For some reason, that really, really messes up I don't know what it is, but it messes up my thought process of having to stack multiple color layers on top of each other with paint to create a look. That just doesn't seem to work for me for some reason. But you give me charcoal or you give me a pencil, sure. I just don't get the paint thing for some reason. And that's probably me just being me, but okay, I gotta clean my desk. Too many things in the way. Yeah, I need to come up with a different emote. All right, so I've done love, happy, peace. I should do hype. That was the one I was working on the other day, and I haven't started it. But I did save kind of an idea. Oh, yeah, here's another one. So these two I did just a sketch yesterday, trying to come up with a emote, and somehow I came up with this alien looking thing, which is cool, but I don't know if I'd ever use it as an emote, but I will color it in just to color it in. And since I think Yummy was in and said, hey, let's do something kind of cute, I did this flower sketch. However, going back and thinking about it, I don't know what I'd ever do. You know what I'd ever do with just a flower for an emote. I don't even think it would work as just an emote, as just a giant flower. You know, a bunch of flowers. I don't know. Any ideas? Any thoughts on that? Chat box. There it is. And I want to do some kind of hype. Something is screaming, and I think that's the one I'm going to work on next. I'm going to figure out how to do a hype. Okay, that's an interesting point. Could write a word across there. Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. Should jot that down. Some kind of word, like, oh, maybe a BRB on over the flower would work. Yeah, BRB might work. Let's see here. Too big. Maybe something like that. I should make that smaller. It's always hard too, because I got to remember it's such a tiny little area that it's covering. Yeah, maybe I could do that. Not a bad idea. Because then I could put a word right on top of it. And I can make a really nice flower in the background, nice color, and then just... It's kind of a good idea. Thank you, Crafty. That's a good idea. I like that. Because originally I was thinking about putting a ladybug or something on it. What do you mean by whole series, Crafty? Can you expand on that one a little bit? Oh yeah, I didn't think about doing it as a whole series of them. That's a good idea, actually. I will write that down. 1 second. All right, give me 1 second. I just need to place an order for supper. Hold on. All right. So that's a good idea there. Let's go back to that conversation if you're still around. Crafty. That is a good idea to make a whole series. But I never. Here's the other thing too. Like I've never thought of actually making emotes for somebody. The only thing I've ever thought about in my head was just make myself some emotes. I've never thought of, if somebody wanted an emote, if I'd make them an emote. I don't think of myself as being that good to do something like that. But it is interesting to maybe make a whole series if I liked flowers. I do like that idea. Yeah, that's a good idea though. I am going to do that. Sure. I like drawing, and I could probably do a whole thing here. What does it say? My takeout order is going to be ready in 20 minutes. That's pretty fast. Yeah, I did look at some on research. I did do some. I looked at some on Etsy, and I looked at some overseas. And the pricing thing, I don't know. It's kind of like, I never thought about selling what I do. Like, in like the bracelets. Like people have asked me to buy them, and I was like, I'm thinking about it. Like if I'm going into selling them, online or whatever, because it's always that one. You don't want to be too expensive, but some, like if I make a bracelet for $10, I'm okay with that. However, that $10, costs you $10 in shipping. So then that's, you got to charge that in. And that's kind of like, that's where it becomes like not so productive. Whereas like the artwork, if you sell digital art, I guess if I made a whole series of emotes and put them out there and somebody wanted to buy them, then yes. And then it's kind of it's not a perpetual thing, but it's kind of a residual. It's kind of a slow trickle. But that's only if people want to do them, right? You'd have to find, I don't know, you'd have to be good enough to do it. I don't think of myself that way, but I sure would, sure to let the idea fester and possibly try it. Yeah, and that is true. That's where it is. It's a passive income, right? And now that I am doing something digital, if somebody liked, I don't know, say for example, somebody liked this cat and said, "Oh, I'll give you $2." Well, that's $2. Or whatever. So I do understand that. However, I've never thought about actually doing that. And speaking of that new streamer thing too, because I thought about that too. Like I've got some buddies who are streaming, whatever. And I'm like, hey, I'll make you guys some emotes and not care. Just put, in the credits, whatever, that so-and-so did these for you. I don't mind. And, I never, and it's kind of interesting too, because I never thought about the monetary side of it, right? Like when I started streaming, and I just became an affiliate in January, I never thought about how much it would cost me to get up and going. And there is a cost, significant cost. Like I've talked to some small streamers, right? And I've seen their setup, and I feel their pain because I was in the same boat, and I'm still in the same boat, right? Like I'm lucky to have more than 3 people talk to me at a time or be on at a time, which is fine for me because I enjoy talking to people and I can, have personal conversations, and it's great. But at the same time, people say, "Oh, you're going to be like so-and-so." And I'm like, "No, I'm never going to be that big," because I get told I'm too old, or I don't have a certain look, or, I'm not one that people randomly throw money at, because I'm not, in that kind of field. I stay out of that, I stay out of the hot tubs and whatever. That's not my cup of tea, but it's one of those, and it's kind of that mixed thing too, because I've had situations where I've come across other streamers, and if you mention a streamer, they'll rip you a new one. Like, don't even talk about it in their channel because you're trying to pilfer or steal their viewers or something. And it's like, well, no, that's not what it's about. Two, I've had people say, you know, oh no, you should tell me because I want to help promote you because you're you know, getting going, you know, and we want to give back kind of thing. So it's kind of that mixed, you know, you get two different sides, right? And I totally get that because it is for some, it's their occupation, it's their profession. So I do get that. But at the same time, you know, there's a certain, I don't know, there's got to be a certain etiquette on how to talk to people. Like, this person ripped me for a good 10 minutes in chat, and I was like, wow, you're actually going to rip me on stream. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny. I was like, yeah, exactly, right? And I'm like, and to me, that's not, you know, it's one of those, that's not something I want to be a part of. But there are people like that, and it's terrible. But then I went back the next day, went back to their channel, and they were polite as could be, like they totally forgot about it. And I'm like, wow, aren't you the hypocrite? I'm like, whatever. But yeah. Right. And I'm the same way. I just be me. And I lurk. I lurk about 4 or 5 people at a time. Watch them all. Try to be part of streams. Talk when I can. When it's things I can relate to. But yeah, no, it's just good. It's good content, right? It's good people. And then you get the 1 or 2 who aren't. But yeah, okay, so be right back, and could do a whole series of flowers. Could do a whole series of this flower. That's the other good part too about the digital art. You only need, once you figure it out, you can draw one really good image, and then you can modify it easily, like colors. That was the coolest thing, being able to go back and just change colors. Yeah, no, I'm thinking, yeah, I'll do a white, a pink, maybe a purple, a blue. What other flowers are cute? Yellow maybe. And then just words on each one of them. I can use the same base and just change the, you know, look. Because carnations come in multiple colors, right? Yeah, I never thought about actually selling them online. We'll write that down to research that, though. That's another, I don't know if I would, but I will research it. And then the other question about that, too, you run into a problem where you run into a problem where, like, if I sell an emote and I send somebody an emote package that has files, what's stopping them from distributing that package to whoever they want? Right? Because files aren't, you know, protected to where you can't, they're not strict to a user, right? Yeah, unfortunately, there's nothing you can do there, huh? Yeah, I'd have to look at that. But yeah, I'll definitely make a whole bunch and then probably put some on my site and then put some wherever. Could sell them a couple bucks, I guess. I think they're going like $5 or something. But I can go $2-3 and be happy. I'm not really thinking about it. But it's kind of neat though too, because now I can say that I'm a, when you do this thing, you could say you're a graphic artist, you're a digital artist. All of a sudden it opens all kinds of job opportunities because all of a sudden you have a new skill. And that's what I always tell people, because I'm the glutton who has 3 university degrees. $4 or $5 each. That's interesting. I have a degree in English, a bachelor's in English, and then I have a bachelor's in accounting, which was a nightmare work. Oh, let me tell you, accounting sometimes can be stressful. And then I have a bachelor's in computer science and business administration, and mostly focusing on building websites and other things. So I can do a little bit of everything, or I do a lot of everything. I think I just love school, love learning stuff. That's why this whole teaching myself a new skill, and I'm going to teach myself how to knit, because I have thousands of bags of yarn laying around this house, which I have to do something with. So I will teach myself how to knit, because I want to finish a couple projects that somebody started. Oh, are you corporate accountant? Yeah, no, I got out of that field. But yeah, I'm still a treasurer for a registered charity, but no, no. That's way too much. Too much stress, especially tax season. Oh my God. No, I worked in a accounting office that had like 1,000 clients. It was just a couple of us, but man, it's a lot of work. So you a corporate accountant by day, an artist by. That's pretty cool. So what made you get into streaming then, Crafty? Because that's a pretty big jump. If you don't mind me asking, I guess I should say. Oh, ad. Oh, that's a good thing. Can you name Phil Collins' final chart-topping hit in the UK during the 80s? Find out when the ad ends in about a minute. Phil Collins. That would have been before. When did he do In the Air Tonight? We're talking just Phil Collins, or we're talking his Genesis days? Another Day in Paradise. Oh yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I could do that. It's not a bad idea. I could sit there and really, there's, what else? What's the other one that we have? Hype, raid, smile, be right back, hi. What else do we use? Lots of laughs, good game. Do GG. Oh man, I don't know if I can do G's though. Yeah, I can do it. Could probably do it. Oh, what's going on my widget? All right, I need to run and go grab this order. So thank you guys for watching. Oh, hold on. Just come through. How come that's not showing up on my thing? Hi. My stream thing is not working. How come I can't see how many people are here? Okay, they're giving me different numbers. All three of them are giving me different numbers. That doesn't seem to be right. Bit rate's good there. Oh, not good over here. Oh, my stream crashed over there. Huh. Weird. Okay. So what I'm going to do is close a couple extra windows here. Yeah, no, thank you. I'm just going to thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. I'm just going to take a quick break and run down the road and pick up my order for my roommate and myself. And then I'll be right back. Probably about 30 minutes. I should probably log out so it's not still running. And then I'll come back and carry on. Yeah, no, thank you guys for coming in. I really appreciate it. That was really nice of you two. And I'm sure I'll see a lot more of you on either side. All right, so I definitely enjoyed the watercolor today too. So I will be back for more for sure. But thank you guys for watching and everybody else. And I will end this here and be back in a little bit. We'll get back to more emotes tonight. See you in a bit. Thank you.